Easy in the house. Early on a Wednesday. Hello, and welcome back to the Arts Department, everyone. How are you all doing tonight? How was your day? And what is new? What is different? Bueller? Bueller? Hello, hello, hello. Testing, testing. Mic on? Yes. Good, good. Good evening. Hello. Good evening, and Alfwheel, and Heezy, and anyone else that happens to be here. Happy Wednesday. Halfway through the week. Yes! Nice. Nice. Little WoW action. Did they already roll out the thing where they brought all the level caps down and everything? Because as I understand it, that was like some big news, right? I don't know. I had one of my close friends was trying to get me to come back and play again, because I played during Classic a little bit, and felt bad, but I'm just not feeling it right now. Feeling like so much other things to do. So much to do. So little time. Time. Yeah. Cool. Well, then that's pretty exciting. If it was just released yesterday, heck yeah. Heck yeah, he says. Man, I'm gonna be the best uncle after streaming so much. I'm gonna go back and they're gonna be like, what happened to your Uncle Potty Mouth? And be like, well, I was streaming, so, you know, can't be all like, let's see. I don't even, Private Frenchie and Fusion Shadow 5400 YT. Thank you both for the follow if you're around. If not, I'll have to thank you again when you come in. My day was actually pretty good. Pretty good. I did some work and I did some play, and I totally lost track of time and forgot to eat and ended up eating lunner at like 4 o'clock, and then was so tired that I had to do like couch, not napping, but that whole thing where you're laying on the couch and you're like drifting. You're like, no, I gotta stay awake for this. For what? For the stream, of course. Let's see if we can adjust this light a little bit. Yeah, it's a little better. So, oh man, I forgot to call up the wheel. The wheel, my friends, the wheel. This might be a complete cluster for all I know. Let's see what happens. Oh, it worked. Look at that. All right, let's do an early spin, just for test's sake. And if it's something that I like, then I'll stick with it. Spider Queen. Ooh, it's kind of cool. Yeah, it could be pretty awesome, huh? Yeah, we spun it without everybody here. They're gonna be better. Be like, how dare you spin that without us? Oh, here you go. Can you see that? Here you go. Merch, baby. They should be on time. It's like people have lives or something. There's a pandemic going on. You ain't got nothing better to do. Yeah, so I picked up like testers on the merch. I got this one and I got another one. And this one is the most comfortable one. Surprisingly, this is the Hanes one. So if you're planning on getting any merch, grab the Hanes ones. because they're the comfy ones. The other one's just a little too thick, I feel like. You have 15 tarantulas? That's a good question. I'm guessing I can't take it off to check, but it'll say it in the merch information. No, this has a little stretch to it. There's probably a little polyester in it, quite honestly. There's like, yeah, that's more than your standard like cotton stretch. So it's probably slightly polyester. Yeah, I agree. They nailed it on whoever they chose as their t-shirt like source. Man, those t-shirts are great. I've got the one from Campaign 1 with the skull and all that on it, and then I also have the oh gosh, what's his name? The dead dude. Who's the dead guy? Yeah, the Venko one is super comfy. And then I've got Talison's first character that died. Molly Mock. There you go. Jeez, brain. It's like I've got 100 things to think about. Critical Role. Sorry, Heezy. Speaking of Critical Role, I was watching the honest trailers for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and Matt Mercer guest stars on that. Little did you know. So that was pretty cool. I was like, wait, that sounds kind of familiar. And then at the end, they were like, I want to thank my new friend, Matt Mercer. So, pretty cool. Yeah, we like D&D here, Easy. And Critical Role is a D&D stream / podcast. I don't know if they do a podcast. You can watch the stream. They do it Thursday evenings. Oh yeah, you would never want to watch the stream then. It's like they've got, I mean, you can go back and you can watch the archives on YouTube. What just happened? And you can catch up, but they are 3 and 4 hours per episode, and they're on episode 112 now, I think. 113, something like that. But it's absolutely outstanding, and it will catch you by surprise at how good it is. Because you're like, how entertaining could a game of Dungeons and Dragons be? And then you like become super invested in the characters, and you get emotional gut punches by their acting, because they're all voice actors in animation and video games. And they bring a lot to what they're doing. It's really nice to watch. Highly recommend them. I have fallen behind because my brain can't digest it all right now. I don't cry. Never. That's not me. That's somebody else that's crying. I'm just gonna do some little doodles here to kind of warm it up, thinking about maybe the Spider Queen a little bit. A Novel's got you, easy. She knows. I won't say that the reason that I'm back in Dungeons & Dragons, enjoying Dungeons & Dragons now, is because of Roll20, but I will say that they definitely showed me that there was a better way to play the game than what I had in my head, and a more involved and interesting way to play. Because when I had played, I didn't really play with people that were super keen on really getting into their characters in the same way. And so it really allowed me to inject some of my younger skills about acting and that sort of thing into what I was doing with Dungeons and Dragons. So, very fun. Very fun indeed.
Shut up!
Fucking Daniel. Okay, so I guess according to Daniel, I'm not allowed to talk about D&D. He's like, I've had enough of that crap. Hi, Daniel. Welcome back, buddy. It's been a while. So, yeah. Since we're only allowed to talk about art, according to Daniel, I am doing some loose sketches to kind of warm up my hand before we get into the theme of the evening. And thinking about shape design and how to make it interesting. Thank you for being here, sir. I do appreciate. I appreciate you very much indeed. I think there's a new sticker in there, by the way, Daniel. Did I put the new one in? Yeah, I did. That was part of what I did today, actually, was to clean out the stickers and kind of update them ever so slightly. It's funny because I haven't seen anybody else that has stickers on their stream, but to me they feel like the perfect way to kind of interact with people. I feel like they're actually super stupid and fun. So, but you know, maybe that's just my aesthetic. Super serious about art and also totally, absolutely not. Whoops, that was weird. Angry Dog Mommy, welcome back to the arts department. Oh, okay. So check it. Oh yeah, got the merch. Stupid headphones. Good evening, Rice Krispies. Welcome back. So the full report on the merch from Teespring is get the one that says it's a Hanes t-shirt, because that's the comfy one. Wait a minute. Wait. Angry Dog Mommy, it's your birthday. Happy birthday! I want to play you a song, but I can't, because it'll get muted. But you can go to YouTube and look up NoFX birthday song and listen to it. That's the song I want to play for you. Happy birthday. We're so happy that you're here hanging out on your birthday. That's really amazing. Oh, dude, my mic is hot right now. Super hot. Super hot. That's just super duper hot. I'm going to bring that down ever so slightly. Sorry, folks. I didn't realize it was like peaking as hard as it was. Okay. Better. It's a super short song. It's one of their like crass style songs. Happy birthday to the mommy. Yes. Finally 21. How's it feel to be able to go out to bars now that all the bars are closed? So we spun the wheel without anybody here, besides the people that show up on like the crack of 7 because they are, I don't know what I'm saying. There was a few people here, and we spun the wheel, and it was Spider Queen. Spider Queen. So we're gonna transition into that at some point because it sounds really fun to me. Fix what resolution? Oh, were you gaming at like a lower resolution or something? Oh. No, I'm feeding it out. I think I think I'm feeding it at 1920 by 1080. Yeah. 1080p, right? Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, don't do that. That's where things get nasty. This is gross. Don't do that. So, started working on some new emotes today too, briefly. There's this one, which I think is going to be fun. Right? I think that should be good. And then there's this one, which I think should be fun. I don't know. I still have to adjust it a little bit. I might make the eyes kind of bigger. Give them that super sad look. So maybe adjust some of the head shapes. I don't know. It's hard to do that head down tilt, right? And get away with it. But this one's definitely locked in. I think that's the one. Maybe like some of the little sweat beads coming off. That's okay, Cammy, because as of right now, I don't have any use for it. I might do it as one of the stickers that you can, if you go down to the About section, you can use your bits to slap on. I might do it as one of those, which means you'll never do it. So it's not a problem. You can always just ignore it. I am going to keep making them. I'm going to make them and make them and make them. Meaning just random facial things and retire old ones. Like I feel like the old mouth agape one wasn't that good. So we're going to retire that one. And we're going to move on to new ones that have more style, more pizzazz, more flash. Camibo, welcome back to the arts department. Good to see you here. Glad you didn't leave like you left the Discord. I almost did that to somebody else's server too, so I totally get it. Wait, which one don't you like? You don't like the sad one? Is that the one you don't like, Cammy? This one. I'm waiting on an answer. So if it's the sad one, I agree, it's not quite there yet. But I thought I would share it with you guys so that you could all be excited. Or tell me, F off and don't do that one. Oh, you don't like the scared one? I like the scared one. Might actually push some of the mouth shape a little bit more. What? Is it not? What's going on? What's the problem here? Give me one moment. I don't know what's happening. There we go. Sorry, gang. welcome to the stream. That was weird. You are now a part of the stream. You may blow one another up. Oh, you were? What'd you get? Yeah, that's cool. I like that one. That's a win right there. Ready to plunge somebody to death. Looking good, looking good. It's the mouth you don't like. Okay, Cammy. Loud and clear. Gotcha. So, if I made it more up like that, or less? We'll get there. We'll get there. I bet you'll love it when it's done. Be like, oh, it's super cute. I love it. I'm gonna use it all the time on the Discord. So, right when I was like, oh cool, the work day is pretty much done, and it feels like it's done early. That's really cool. I'm just gonna lay on the couch and I'm gonna throw on some Netflix and I'm gonna relax before my stream. Then Daniel's like, hey, we got stuff that came in. You gotta do some work. I was like, dude, I dragged my ass off of the couch. For those of you that don't know, Daniel and I work together also. But you probably knew that. Because you all know what's going on. Yes, indeed. That's why I don't show works in progress, or I didn't used to show works in progress to anybody. Because there's always a disconnect, right, between what you start with and where you end up. So. But now I share my whips with you guys all the time. You are part of the whips. That's totally weird, and I'm not sure that that phrase is appropriate, but... So, Anger Dog Mommy, what are you doing this evening? Are you doing anything fun? Did you have cupcakes or cakes or a bowl of ice cream with a candle in it? Or anything fun for the birthdays? Box of donuts, dude. Dope. That's cool. That is definitely something I can get behind. I mean, I would regret it later, but I would definitely, for my birthday, have a donut or 10. Dude. I know what that's like. I worked on my birthday too. You know, that's part of being an adult, I suppose. It was my mom's birthday yesterday. And when I got done with the Genshin stream that I did last night, I called her up and talked with her for a bit. And I was like, how's it going, Mom? How's your birthday? And she's like, I worked. I was like, oh, I guess we're all adults. Absolutely. I mean, especially this year, because it's not like you're going to be going and doing anything, so you might as well get paid for it, right? Yeah. Like I said before, I think on my birthday, I was more about telling my mom how awesome she was for creating me, right? I'm like, hey, thanks for that. I appreciate it. Well, hey, you're here with your friends. Your virtual friends, but your friends nonetheless. So, happy birthday to you, Angry Dog Mommy. We loves you very much. So, nah, I think I'll wait on that one. I had a little bit of an announcement, but I'll wait. I'll wait until it's all cooked. It's hard because I like to share things that I'm working on with people, but, we'll wait. Oh, wow. I think I've almost had a birthday like that before, but luckily I have Daniel to remind me. He's like, hey, you're older. Thanks, Daniel. Oh, yeah? There you go. Isn't it like, it's like dark on the top? At least TNG, right? It's very Trek. Goose finished up with that sandwich and brought it to the Angry Dog Mommy and sat down to say hi and be part of the party. Woohoo! Because why not? That's fair, Easy. Way to look at the silver lining there, for sure. Yeah, when it is fake, Cammy, for sure. If you know that it's fake, sure. But like, if you're around people that are genuine about that stuff, where like, if you're around them, they would be buying you drinks and celebrating the fact that you're there, that all of the billions and trillions of atoms in the universe over all of the time in the universe brought you all together in that moment to celebrate that one thing, you know, that's cool. That's good stuff, right? Nah, I disagree. Respectfully, of course. It's a valid opinion, but I disagree. I think birthdays are kind of that time that everybody can get behind, saying, "Hey, you're important right now." Hence donuts. There you go. Oh yeah, I don't do the whole. I'm not really good on the gifts thing. Daniel can attest to that. Like, I'm more of the, like, if I'm throughout the year, if I see something, I'm like, oh, that is totally for so and so, and I just get it, right? And then I give it to him, and I'm like, hey, this was you. Here you go. I'm looking up some spider references real quick so I can make sure that I'm doing this right. Trying to figure out, like, because she's not going to have 8 limbs coming out of her. What's going on here? Somebody's clapping. Why are people clapping? What's happening? Oh. I am so confused right now. I can't find my damn thing. What just happened? Martest, raiding me with a party of 1. Yes, brother. Welcome to the arts department. Glad you're here. I got nobody to slap me in the back of my head to be like, dude, there's so many screens here, to windows to like sort through. Hey, Martest. Good to see you, brother. Welcome back to the arts department. And Moon Chattis, welcome back, sir. I don't know what you're talking about, Cammy. Right, games? Oh man, you guys are all confusing me. What Riot Games? So like I was saying, I was trying to figure out with the abdomen, because it's, for spiders, it's attached to the front part of the abdomen, not the back part of the abdomen. But I don't want to have, like, I don't want to have 8 limbs coming off of the spider queen. I want her to so I'm thinking, like, it's gonna be like her upper body is gonna be one section of the abdomen, and then she's gonna have hips, which would be like a normal spider's head area, right? And then there would be the back part, and all of the legs are gonna be attached there, but I'm only gonna have 3. Well, the wheel decide said Spider Queen. So, I mean, I could do a straight spider, or I could do something more like you said, a Drider. Should we look up a drider? Just no, because I don't want to. I know what Daniel, because Daniel did the drider for D&D 5e, right? So I know what his drider looks like, and I don't want to. Yes, I do remember Daniel. Like I gotta love delays, right? So I want to do one that's me and not you, because we're not the same person. We're not the same artist, no matter what people at work think. So Spider Queen, she would have upper arms, and then her lower like abdomen area would have 3 legs coming out of it. Wait a second, Mooner, what are you doing home so early? It's like super early there. Goose, we've just been around one another for way too many years on nearly the daily basis, so we are most certainly going to bleed into one another's personalities a little bit. And by bleed in, I mean like I pick up all his positive traits and he doesn't pick up any of my negatives, because he's better than that. Right? Mooner playing hooky. Hey, what's up, Brawlers? Welcome back, buddy. Nice to have you here. Ooh. Okay, good. Good. Glad to hear that, Moon. I mean, positives and negatives, obviously, but, you know, I hope your friend is okay, first and foremost. That's scary. My cousin is actually in the same boat. She is diagnosed back in Omaha. Not surprised. Cases on the rise in the Midwest and Hawaii, apparently. But I hope that you're staying safe, and I hope that you don't get it. And I hope that everybody's okay back there. Woof. Right? That's all we can do is play it safe, be a good human. That's what I like about you, Mooner. Reason and logic. Reason and logic. Yeah. Just... I have to be careful what I draw. I gotta get creative here. Maybe, thinking like spider silk top of some sort. Like I'm thinking, wow, this is like going to be a heavily designed drawing. I'll be surprised if I can get this done, but we'll give it a try. Of course, right? It's where you wake up and you're like, can I breathe? Is it? Yeah. Okay, I'm fine. Yeah. Yeah, Martez, we definitely don't. Oh, I missed that you even said that in Oville. That's funny. Well, hey, you know, There's a reason that our collaboration on your homebrew went so smooth, because it was like you just tapped into my creative brain and were like, hey, do the thing. And then I did the thing, and it was super easy. And then you were totally disappointed and didn't tell me. Looking for a pose that's gonna be not too menacing, but just a little kind of spooky. Okay, so where was I before our awesome raid from Martest? Thanks again, Martest. Always nice to have raids. Raids. So I'm thinking maybe Black Widow legs? Or is that too close to what Daniel did? Like, she should probably be elegant, right? Because she's a spider queen, so we don't want to do like tarantula legs. Can anybody recommend a good spider that's not a Black Widow, that isn't a tarantula, that has interesting leg shapes? Because the Black Widow is, I mean, that's kind of my go-to, because they have that like long, thin, really creepy kind of vibe going on. Sea spider? The heck is a sea spider? Let's take a look. Yeah. All right. Look at those things. Just get like, seriously, I got chicken skin just from looking at the thing. Ew. No. No, Martest. And thank you for the nightmares. It's not, it's not creepy. It's just like it's a face hugger from Alien, right? Absolutely. But Martest, if I need to do something like hideous and scary at some point, I think I might use that. But wow, I was not expecting that. I should have remembered that, because like as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh yeah, that thing. Yeah, put that away. I don't want to look at that anymore. Orb Weaver. Let's look up Orb Weaver. Oh, these are all over Hawaii, actually. These guys here. I grew up with these guys. Wonder if there's a way to do that. I always tripped out on these. Like, I didn't understand why they had this thicker part in the web. Like, what was that for? Never figured it out. But always saw it when I was a kid. There were so many of these things by my house when I was a kid. these legs are great. Like, so it's 1 plus the like hinge segment, 2, 3, right? Yeah, that's pretty cool. We'll drag that onto the old desktop there. Hold on to that. So I like that translucence in the legs thing. Right? They do this whole thing with their yeah. Ah, speaking of that, I got in my car to go to Daniel's place for the barbecue and literally sat into a spider web in my driver's seat. Like, I did the thing where I sat down and I'm like, it was ridiculous. Ugh. Spiders. Vulcans is good. I don't know. Okay, so what I just said was I was oh yeah, biking through their web is the worst because then you almost crash because you're so paranoid about stuff crawling on you, and then when the wind like catches your hair just ever so slightly, you like freak out and slap at it. So what I was gonna say is I don't know if the Vulcan thing, the orb weaver thing would work, because that would be maybe Kyoki, Moonshadows, you can answer this. Do they do the back legs too? Because the only images I saw was the front legs. I could do her back legs in a pair. But her front, I was gonna have like 2, 3 legs, and then her arms were the last appendage, right? Let's go a little lighter on that. So, figure she's gonna have something like a wand, but then on that wand is gonna be some type of thing. Garden spider. Garden. Ah, yeah. Okay. Like, talk about camera at work here. It makes this thing look so big, right? Like cheater. But yeah, no thanks. Nomming on a cricket or something. Because if I have to have nightmares, Cammy, so do you. Welcome to October. So what if she has like magic that is like gossamer? I'm like completely forgetting creepy. Like it's no longer creepy, it's just like D&D. Whatever. Not good at this creepy thing. Oh, camel spiders. Oof. They're like almost too big to be real, right? Camel spiders. I can't wait to come back here Friday and be like, so, how'd everybody sleep Wednesday night? Well, that's interesting opinion, and welcome back, my friend. Always nice to have you. I just happened to spin the wheel, and the wheel said Spider Queen. I don't know who submitted it to the old input. See, I don't know about that shape back there. I like it, but then how do we make it interesting? I mean, I have an idea of how to make it interesting, but I think everybody would just close the stream. So I'm gonna put that there and see if we can maybe kick it off to the side a little bit. And then I can do it like a design on it. Like a skull design, because skulls are cool, right? Queen of the Spider People in Star Trek Voyager on one of the holodecks. What's with all the Star Trek tonight? Is there something in the air about Star Trek? Because before you got here, opinion, I was just doodling and I drew this, and an Alvio was like, hey, looks like Star Trek. So I just kind of added the symbol and everything really quickly. So, yeah. Something in the air. Trekkies abound. I loves me some Trekkies. Right, Mooner? Wait, add a saddle. Not that kind of stream, buddy. That's my OnlyFans. I'm glad that we can all agree that entertaining stuff is entertaining, because that's you know, if it's all everything, whatever. Goose, I can get behind that too, for sure, man. I feel like it's all really valid opinions. People that love them both, and people that don't care for either of them, and people that are like, they're a thing. I have a fondness for all of it, quite honestly. So there's this. Tell me if this is too much. So I do like the little skull idea thing, but actually, you know what I'll do is we'll duplicate this. And move it over here. No, we'll move it down here. And out of the way. Party goose! Alright. And then we'll get rid of this one, and I'll bring back in that other thing that I was going to do. And you all can tell me if it's too creepy, gross, whatever. I can tell you that I would never get it all done tonight. That's one thing. So, but, so then on top of her body would be all of her babies, right? But they would just be normal spiders. Is that too much? I mean, I would never be able to finish all that. I'd have to make like a spider stamp and like put it on there. Or I could do like a few of them inside of her body, like they're inside the abdomen. Like, isn't there a spider that like eats the mother after birth or something like that? The chat has gone to Star Trek land. Love it. Good with it. I'm gonna keep drawing. You all talk Star Trek. I'm going with it, Mooner. I am good with whatever you guys want to talk about. That's what we're here for. Everybody to connect whilst I draw. Oh, easy. Thank you. I appreciate that. Cheers, my friend. That's hardcore, Cammy. Like, damn. Okay, so maybe not a whole ton of little spiders, maybe just where's it? There? There? Oh. I can delete the whole thing. Delete. There we go. Yes. Sorry about that, whipping around the canvas real fast. So I could put like where you would see some limbs inside of her with some spider bodies silhouetted. Right? With weird kind of humanoid, semi-humanoid forms in there. But she's gonna have shielding underneath. So which one, friends? Spiders in the body like that, or skull on the body like that? Now, Inoville, do you like the skull on the body because of the... Oh, we're gonna have to make a poll. New poll. And because people are buying stuff, we're just gonna make it 1 vote per person. And we're just gonna make it 2 minutes. So here comes the poll. 2 minutes. Start voting. Now. Spiders are winning out. Wow. Yeah, Mooner, that was actually kind of the idea, was to have like a glow behind them. So like her back abdomen thing would be this lighter shape silhouetting her, and then inside of that would be the spider kind of limbs and stuff. You know, it's fun to involve everybody in the process, right? Oh, Cammy, you're a wonderful human being. Don't ever change. I mean, existentially, aren't we all just alone anyway, in a big, vast universe of nothingness? And so the poll looks like spiders won. Okay. So, we have our root sketch here. So we're going to do a new file. I'm going to paste this bad boy in. We're going to do an image size, and we're going to make this 5,000. Large. I keep everything for later. I mean, it's digital. Why throw it away? What? Oops. No. So, save that. I mean, everything is here, right? So I can always go back. Save that. And it's a little bright for everybody, right? So we'll do a hue sat, bring it down just a touch so we can work over it. There we go. Let's transform her down so she's not directly at the top of the composition. Anova, you should bust that out. I'm excited to see it. So, wow. It's like, what is that on my Cintiq? Apparently I spit. It's like a shower of saliva here. Okay. So I'm gonna do a couple of things to kind of move us into the composition here, as well as show up in here and get rid of the rulers because we don't need those right now. It'll help lead us through. Right, so all this stuff back here on these rock faces. So thinking about the visual language, there would be sharp rocks, right? But a lot of them would be covered with her webs. Oh, hey, that's a reminder. I think it's time for a little something something. Prepare yourselves, friends. If I can find all of my tabs. Wonderful day for a battle royale. In drops Rice Krispies, Martez, Heezy, Cammy, Art, Rick, Daniel, Moonshadow, Sonovwheel, Angry Dog Mommy, Miss Von Drake, and Battle Goose. Go! And they're bunching up in the corners and in the center. And it looks like... I don't know who went first, but somebody went first. Followed by somebody else. Oh, Moonshadow takes someone out. Battle Goose took someone out. A Novwheel took someone out. Rice Krispies takes out Art. Battle Goose takes out Rick. Krispies coming for a Novwheel. A Novwheel's looking really healthy. Oh, Krispies takes out Battle Goose. It's not looking good unless he can get that Band-Aid. And he's got it. But a Novwheel heading for another Band-Aid. It's not looking good for Krispies. A Novwheel takes out Krispies for the win. Dance that dance, my friend. Take that bow. You have won the Battle Royale. And we're back. Congratulations, Novwheel. You have 200 additional gold. So I was trying today to figure out how to get a background in there so that I can do the what do you call it, the basketball again, but have a custom background in there. Still haven't figured it out. There's some weird thing where it's not allowing me to import the image that I put into the folder. So when I do, we'll bring back some basketball and we'll play some 3-minute rounds of math-based basketball for all you crazy people. Then it can be skill-based and not just RNG. All right, back to our regularly scheduled artistic shenanigans. Hey, you know, can't be the first one all the time, right? Oh, speaking of which, yes, Martez, you are not mistaken. We do need a rigged emote. I should just make a sticker, and then you guys would spam the hell out of it. But we're 900 bits away from you guys being able to spam all the stickers you want for free. Almost there. So, like I was saying, the rock shapes are going to be sharp, but they're going to be covered in this, in her webbing and stuff, right? Let's go full screen so we can move this thing around the screen a little bit. So I'm not moving all the way down here. Yeah, well, Daniel's been really busy lately, so, you know, figured I'd bring it back when he's not here so y'all can get practicing, and then when he shows up, you can just own him. Just own that, Daniel. Yes, indeed I do. I love all you wonderful people, the art directors of the arts department. Being here, making it fun, making it real, spreading the good vibes. Wouldn't be anything without y'all. And a special love to Miss Angry Dog Mommy on her Angry Dog Mommy birthday. I hope that there are many, many more wonderful and easy years ahead of you, doing all the wonderful things you love to do. Mommy, you know, today I actually looked up Step Brothers, and it's not on Netflix, so I was disappointed. Oh, Cammy, are you kidding me? I don't sit on Discord and chat with people that I don't like for hours on end. That's not how I operate. I'll be like, oh yeah, I gotta go wash my cat. It's got gum in its hair. What kind of euphemism is that? Y'all are twisted. I like it. I mean, gotta go. My baby's on fire. That's a surefire way to get somebody called on you for sure. Like, just guaranteed somebody's gonna be like, said his baby was on fire and could hear screaming in the background. For everybody that doesn't know, Lady Harper is Mrs. Moonshadows. And hands down, she is the best cook in the world that I know. Personally. Hands down. Chef. Not cook, chef. She is a chef. She will take whatever you have and turn it into something that you absolutely love. Speaking of food. Yeah. That's how I feel whenever I look at Moonshadows' Facebook feed. It's redonkulous, the stuff this lady does. See what I'm saying? Envy, thy name is Moonshadows and Lady Harper. mean, don't get me wrong. Daniel and Kelly can cook up a storm. Sorry, Daniel and Tiny Girlfriend can cook up a storm. And I never leave their house going, wow, that could have been better, because always amazing. But Lady Harper is like, she's a magician. Food magician? Is that a Fugician? No, food. She's a practicer of voodoo. There you go. Voodoo. Culinary magi of the fifth circle. Fujitsu, yes. Yeah, I would say she's definitely like, she's a black belt in Fujitsu by far. She's like the Mrs. Miyagi of Fujitsu. Easy, welcome back. Come on, load it up, art gallery. Yo, hey, that's looking good, buddy. Right on, opinion. I'm looking at the regular art gallery, not the not safe for work art gallery. But I'll check out the not safe for work. Yeah. That's solid. Good work. Ensign Mariner. Oh, I actually have a friend that worked on Lower Decks. Almost got him a gig. But then he was like, I'm gonna go work on this thing. And I was like, what could be more fun than working with your friend all day, every day? And he was like, well, working on this thing for Star Trek. And I was like, go do it. I was like, okay, cool. Gotta move these a little bit so that they lineups. Well, since we're gonna look up at her a little bit, I'm gonna have that leg go behind that stone. Same with these ones. Maybe I'll do it with these ones too. These back ones. Get a little bit of 3-dimension to it, you know? Yeah, that works. So trying to continue the theme of these kind of marks in the background within her to kind of not merge the two, but to show that she is part of the world around her, right? Just giving her a little bit of something something. Wow. Sometimes marks you make look hideous. Bring this down a little bit. Put a new layer on top. I'm gonna have to work out this anatomy a little bit. So I don't want it to feel like, obviously don't want her to feel overly stiff, but you know, when you don't have the hips to kind of juxtapose her on. So say this hip is up and this hip is down, as if she was like planted on that foot, and then you can find the compression of one side and the stretch on the other side, right? So she's kind of leaning into it a little bit, which means this arm would come down across the front of this leg, and it would just be hanging down there. Casual like. But then we'll have this spider silk, like cloak stuff coming off of her, right? Just hanging down, giving her kind of a creepy vibe. So it's actually going to hang in front of everything and just be gauzy so you can still see through it. And it's going to come all the way down as if it's like her hair and then her cloak are all the same kind of texture, like her hair is the spider silk. Is that it for the music? Nope. All right. Good indeed. If there's anyone that's new here in chat, welcome. My name is Autumn Turkel. I am a movie poster, television poster, video game box art illustrator during the day, and in the evening I stream and do all kinds of fun stuff with my wonderful friends and community. Currently we are working on spooky drawings for the holiday season, and this one is the Spider Queen. If you like what you see and you like what you hear, we are frequently doing this same type of stuff, and you can check me out Monday, Wednesday, and Friday here. Hit that follow button, get notified when I go live. That's my spiel. I'm done. So we're gonna put this like kind of ostentatious kind of belt thing on her. It'll help to kind of drive home that there's other segments there, right? And I'm just going to indicate it for now. until I decide how I'm gonna approach this entire piece as far as like the finish. So I'm just getting in all of the like major shapes of things before I decide, is this gonna be like the previous ones that I've been doing where I'm working heavily into silhouette, or am I going to do some big heavy rendering stuff? And I haven't quite figured it out yet. By heavy rendering stuff, I mean like the dragon one, right? For those of you that were here, that would be, whoops, this guy. Versus this guy. So I could see both of these approaches being valid. One is just, you know, it's much more quick than the other. This one obviously took me multiple streams. This one is more about, you know, getting the idea down and maybe revisiting it later for something a lot longer and more involved. Anybody have opinions on that? More rendered on this one? So that's 2 for more rendered. Anyone else have opinions on this? Oh yeah, Goose? I think we might be able to work that out, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, the proportion on that one was a little weird. Okay, so everybody in chat says more rendered. So you guys are all prepared for a longer kind of sit-in on this then, huh? I better put those spiders in or I'm gonna forget them. Oh, if these are humanoid, then they're only gonna have 3 legs. They're still gonna have that weird spider thing going. Silhouettes, silhouettes, silhouettes. Okay, rendered it is. Man, I love having arts directors here. This is wonderful. You guys are the best. I like my community. Is that good? Yeah? Yeah. Let's turn this off, clean this up a little bit. Yeah, this will give me the opportunity to really push this creepy factor, right? Easy. You know, I've done so much of the other stuff that I am definitely good doing some rendered stuff, right? So I've done a few of the quick sketch, kind of banging out a couple ideas per or an idea per stream. I've done some kind of animation style character stuff, and this will be nice to kind of dial it back to the first few streams that we were doing, where we were doing more painted stuff. I am always good to do new things, and that's why I enjoy the stream, because it gives me the opportunity to present it to you guys and say, what do you think you want to see in this kind of thing? And you know, if I'm not feeling it, then I can always postpone it until I am feeling it, right? What is my real name? My real name is Autumn Rain Turkel. It is on my birth certificate. Like the season. That's what I always say too, when people are like, what's your name? I go, Autumn, like the season. Indeed. It's interesting. I kind of want to... Well, I probably should save it, huh? Spider Queen. Okay. What I was going to do was I was going to erase that out. And, I was... So I've got this like mandible kind of thing idea. Like her staff is like, it's all made from like spider parts of like her dead husband. Like it's got like spider legs going up in segments to smaller spider legs that are holding like his head in place with mandibles coming out of it. Right? See, these are the things that you, when you slow down, you have time to think about. You're like, okay, how do I make this even better? Right? What's gonna take this to the next level? What's gonna make it pop? Make it pop. Okay, there, it's background. Okay. So if we're doing what we did with the dragon, I think I drew him like a couple of times, right? But with her, I don't think I need to. I think... Still not happy with this arm, to be honest. Feels too stiff, and there has to be a little bit of, like... This arm is here, comes down. Needs to go back a little bit. I want her to have these proportions that kind of mimic her spider legs, right? So she's kind of long, or thin rather. So, once I get her into that kind of come in here. I'm gonna make this even bigger. We're gonna go up to, let's go up to 1200. No, let's do this. This would be 300. And we're gonna make this 8,000 pixels at 300. Cool. Let me resize Moonshadows. Thank you for reminding me, and then I will save it. So So now it's a lot bigger than it was, but this will, if it turns out really cool, I can make a print out of it. And everybody can have one, and we'll all be excited because we all had a hand in it. So, brushes, brushes, brushes. Yes, okay. So now I'm gonna really think about the shapes. I'm gonna get in there and try and design them enough that when I jump right into the final, I have a solid understanding of how kind of whimsical it's gonna be. I'm gonna hit save again just to make sure, and you'll know exactly what I mean by whimsical when you watch the video that I recorded the audio for yesterday morning, when I should have been writing, but I was like, I have to get this stuff underway. So, I started a video, at least the audio portion of it, the me talking portion of it, yesterday. That is Art 101, class number 00, words and phrases. So it's basically a dictionary, according to me, of art phrases. And it will talk about whimsical, and it will talk about realism, and it will talk about rendering and line work and cartoons and all of the things. So let's put a little bit of a peek up on this, right? Is that right? So basically we're going to take this shape and then we're going to erase out that stuff just to make sure that we're doing something that has the right overall shape. And then we're going to knock in these things that I saw in my head when I was doing it, which are these eyes on it. And kind of creepy, right? Maybe she uses magic to see through these eyes. And then at the top here, I'm gonna have these long spidery things coming off. Flared out to make her look bigger than she is. Don't spiders do that? They like spread their legs all wide. Remember cane spiders used to do that in Hawaii. Ugh. I mean, those things were harmless, but having a cane spider run up your arm in the middle of the night, because they could be like that big. They could be as big as the palm of your hand. So very disconcerting, to say the least. So of course she's gonna have big, high arching eyebrows, right? Because she's the Spider Queen. Oh yeah. They are super fast. Like, no joke, I'd rather deal with the gigantic, disgusting cockroaches than the cane spiders. Actually, maybe we'll... Speaking of which, hey Cammy, did you still want to move to Hawaii? Sorry. She's probably not even listening right now. It's off in another world. It's like I stopped around the time you said spider. Actually, I think she's gonna be a little bit more freaky with like straight black eyes, right? Right? It was like, where's she looking? What's going on? You're never gonna know until it's too late. Don't want to go to... good night, everyone. I appreciate your hard work. Can you get some good sleep? Easy. Thank you for being here, my friend. Sleep well. Catch the VOD. Let me know what you think. And we'll see you next time. Appreciate it. Appreciate you. For sure. Sleep well. What if she has... What if she has, like... Because I always think of a royalty as being, like, kind of stodgy and stuck up, right? What if she has, like, straight collar coming down onto, like, something on her shoulders, right? So she has this thing here, but then the cloak like runs off of it and down. That feels very like royalty to me, right? And then we can take those shapes and turn them into kind of like spiderweb shapes, where they have that like that curvilinear hang to them, right? This whole thing needs to... That's what was bothering me. Didn't give her the back of a head there. There you go. Now it actually fits on her head. Because I'm not dumb. Yes, you are. Did anybody catch that I streamed Genshin last night? Besides, who was there with me last night? It was Carpe Diem. She was there. You did, Miss Von Drake. A small moment. A wonderful small moment in time. It was memorable. It was a thing. It was utterly unplanned, so I did not expect anyone to show. And I was right. The more I learn about Genshin, the more I'm kind of afraid for the upper tier stuff, because I think it's going to get to be very, very, very slow. So I'm going to enjoy it while it lasts. Yeah, they probably were. I started rather late. I mean, I started at like 9 o'clock, I want to say. 9:15 even? I don't know. It was late. I was practically asleep myself. It's a good thing about video games is you just like half asleep. So I'm still trying to work out some of these proportions as I go through here and like finish out this design, right? Just like I've got the overall pose and stuff, but I'm pretty sure that as I'm moving through it, if I don't fix it now, it's gonna feel weird when we get to the paint part. So doing my best to make it feel right now so that I don't stumble over it later. Like Daniel has a tendency to be able to visualize and leave things blank and then fill them in as he goes. Whereas I like to rely on my lines to give me a wireframe to work over. So I'm much more line heavy than him. But I'm not utterly married to the line. Unless it's something specific, like the line is doing all the heavy lifting, like the emotes and some of the character things that I've done so far, right? So I'm continuing this motif of the circular eyes, right? The spider eyes down into the belt to, again, move you through the character, continue saying the same thing so that the character becomes a cohesive thing. You see that frequently in a lot of like game design and stuff like that, where you'll get these continuing motifs and shapes that drive home who that character is. So the idea here is these smaller lines are representing what would be, I'm thinking like gold webbing, right? And I may take out that heavier exterior line and just have it all be gold webbing over her abdomen underneath. We'll see. I haven't decided yet. Decide on that one when we get there, and there's actually some tone stuff to kind of play off of. All this stuff I feel like is going to be rather quickly rendered or put in, so I'm not going to worry about it too much, but I am going to indicate it so I don't forget it. Because, yeah, forgetful like that, even when it comes to art. The stuff that's up above, I'm thinking like really, really light, gauzy, like as if it were made of spider's web. Like just kind of floats in the ambient air, not even a breeze, just kind of lilts there, right? Again, long fingers, because she's the Spider Queen. Thin, freaky, long fingers. Yeah, I think that's looking a little better as a design. A little tighter, right? Twit like Twiger. So I'm gonna actually fill in some of these shapes back here, and I'll paint them in as silhouettes behind that gauzy material. So the question then becomes to have like those little spiky things on the legs or not. Like, is it creepier to just have it almost without, free and clear, or to have those creepy spikes? Well, I can always get rid of them. We will start with them there. How about that? Oh, not that layer, this layer. Knock that back. Come down to really fine point because super strong spider, right? Thank you for the feedback, Ms. Von Drake. Fill this in. Trying to think about rhythms, right? So when you're doing something, got big movements, small movements, long movements, short movements, kind of playing back and forth on each other. And it helps the design process. Makes it visually interesting for our eyes. his head in here. Don't make it perfectly circular. We're gonna break it up. Put that mandible shape in there. And leave just a little bit of a hole in the center so you can see that it's a mandible shape. And it's a little on the scary side. And put in some spider eyes. How many eyes do spiders have anyway? Like 3 billion? Spider eyes. This is probably a bad idea. One, two, three, four, five, six. 6 or 8? 6. That guy has 4. That guy has 4. That guy has 6. Okay, 6. We'll go with 6. Okay. Cool. Freaky. Why, thank you. I appreciate it, everyone. So we'll put a couple of smaller ones back there, like that. That's just weird. The more the merrier, right? Are those the ones where, like, when you they like put the legs up in front and they do this whole thing? I'm guessing those are the ones. It's funny. Probably much more appealing than our queen of the spiders here. These legs back here are going to be together until they are not. They're going to go behind that rock. And this one's there. Yes. It's actually going to be about there, I think. Oh man, I ended up watching, what is it, Real Facts? True Facts of Nature or whatever. So I was talking about that in Dave Greco's stream the other day. And we were talking about how funny it was. So I had to go and watch the ostrich one again. That one just cracks me up. Just like, just the last line in it is just hilarious. So good. That guy deserves all the views. Might have to extend this one out a little bit so that it feels kind of in line with that one. I feel like there maybe. There we go. These back ones sticking together like so. So you get back to this joint, and then we're gonna have it behind that rock, propping her up. So I had thought about putting like a dead person's head in her hand or something like that, but then I thought that felt too normal. So I actually think these guys can stay. So focus on her. And I feel like that back is fairly well designed too. It's got good shapes and everything. So that stuff can stay. So let's do this. Whoop, no, that was not what I meant to do. So duplicate it, and get rid of everything that is not the background stuff. And then we'll take this layer and kick it back up. Take out this stuff because it's all been more designed. We'll fill it back in later. Make sure to leave a line in there. I feel like that was the end of the music. What do you guys think? I think it was. Indeed it was. Time for some new music. Let's do this. Before all of that, though, I feel like y'all are falling asleep, so... Uh-oh. Let's reconnect that. And... real quick... It's a lovely day for a battle royale. Here it comes. One more time for tonight. Art drops in, followed by Battle Goose, Angry Dog Mommy, and Alvio Rice Krispies, Mrs. Von Drake Daniel, Moon Shaddis, Martest, and Rick. And they go. Oh, bunching up in the corners, folks. And Anavil and Angry Dog Mommy going at it. Anavil takes out Angry Dog Mommy as the first casualty in the battle. Moon Chattis is down. Anavil takes out Mrs. Von Drake. And oh, it's just going too quick for me to even follow. Now it's a battle of Battle Goose, Anavil, and Art. Art makes a run for the Band-Aid. Battle Goose gives chase. You're not going to do that? Fine then, says Turkel, and he turns around to Battle Goose. Somebody took out Battle Goose, and Alvuil's after Art, and she takes him yet again. There is a strength in an Alvuil tonight that cannot even be reckoned with. Yes, dance your dance, take that bow. You've earned it for a second time. Look at that. I had nothing to do with it. She's just harsh like that. Just kicking ass. Taking names. Doing all the things. Oh yeah, now we all. Took out a passed out Battle Goose. You should be so proud of yourself. Okay, so we have our lines, and we are ready to begin the tonal drawing, my friends. Let's do this. Yeah, Martez, I'm beginning to think it is. And she's straight hacking the system. It's good like that. Just makes us all that more strong. That much more strong. Alright. So, trying to envision what this is going to look like. And I feel like it's going to be dark behind her. But we're going to start with this kind of Mrs. Von Drake, thank you for being here tonight. I appreciate you helping to move the art forward like you always do. Being an arts director in the arts department, you sleep well, and we will see you soon, hopefully. Wow, it's straight moving my entire desk by doing this stuff. Y'all are just gonna have to put up with the earthquake cam for now. I mean, I am in California after all. So, this is just smashing in some textural stuff, right? Get some background noise going, some modulation. It's not shaky? Everything here is shaking. Oh, thank you, Moon. Cheers, buddy. Nom, 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 nom. I love water. And thank you, Daniel. I appreciate that feedback. Coming in here like the champ you are. Did you get all your extra work done? Right. So I feel like this one I'm just gonna build up, you know? Just gonna work my way up tonally. there's going to be a lot of push and pull between the foreground and the background in this one, because there's going to be some light webbing and stuff like that. What are you doing, Daniel? Ew. But yay for you. I mean, we're all adults here for the most part, so. Yeah, I mean, I haven't even begun to consider what could happen with hardcover for me. It's interesting to me that he's delineating some stuff. Oh, man. Good times. Good times. So, that's about 60% gray. Yeah, right? That's what I tell people. Like, I am still, and probably always will be, very much a kid in my brain. I don't know that that ever changes. Like, I might pay my bills on time and, you know, understand the responsibility of having a job. But I mean, I understand why he's doing the soft cover stuff. You should have called it flaccid cover. I think there's a missed opportunity there. To continue to be explicit even though you're not. Keep smashing in a little. No, somebody would think that it was like a cover band for Limp Bizkit or something. Boom! So I liked Moonshadows' idea of having her like green kind of glow in the abdomen. I think that's actually what we're gonna aim for. Is like that is actually going to be lighter there than almost everything else. So like thinking of it kind of like the moon in the werewolf one that we did. Oh, okay. And Alvoil, are you in Photoshop? Are you in Procreate? I don't think Procreate has channels, because I could teach you to do it in channels really easily. Oh, you know what? You don't need to. What you do is you make another layer in Procreate, and you take your line art and you put it above that layer, and then you set the layer mode to multiply in Procreate. And then on that lower layer, once your top layer in Procreate is set to multiply, below that you can actually do all of the colors underneath your line work, and you can stack the layers underneath it, and underneath that multiply layer. It's essentially what I like. It basically takes all of your anything that's black, and it keeps the black stuff opaque, or for the most part opaque, depending. So if it's 100% black, it's going to be opaque, but if it's gray, anywhere up from gray up to white, it's going to be transparent. So white is completely transparent, and gray is semi-transparent, and black is completely opaque. And you set that to multiply on a top layer, and then just work below it. Does that make sense?
I love you.
I didn't hear it. Did anybody hear that? Why didn't it? Thanks for the magma hype, Daniel. Cool. I didn't hear it. I love you. Hype. Daniel, did I explain that correctly for Procreate? There is multiply layers, right? So you have to click the little N icon on the layer, and then that brings up the layer mode. And then yeah, I wouldn't be able to hook up my iPad to show you. But on the layer, look for the N, click the N, and then on that layer, yeah, wait. Yeah, so click on the N, it'll drop down the layer options, and then in there you can set it to multiply, and then you can work below everything. Okay. You are absolutely right, Angry Dog Mommy. You're not an idiot. It's, I mean, like learning your way around that program that's, you know, it's not rocket science, but it sure as hell is confusing. There's a reason that I'm not doing Procreate on stream. I've got it, but I can move around Photoshop a hell of a lot faster. Well, it's kind of hidden. I feel like Photoshop is a little more intuitive. Like all of the controls are right up at the top, right? Yeah, the Photoshop app is lame. They really did a disservice to people that are familiar with Photoshop. It's just like, oh, thanks for nothing. Yeah. Daniel understands it. He's got it down. I do not. turn up some of these line layers a little bit. I feel like they're getting lost. Just so I can see where everything is. There we go. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, I mean, the iPad is actually, it's a really solid tool, so there's no reason to go out of your way to spend additional money on something you don't need, you know? You just have to get familiar with Procreate and Procreate's little kind of isms, right? Cool. Trying to continue that theme, right? So I feel like underneath is going to be a little bit darker, like she's got like shielding under there. I don't know, I think a 17-inch iPad might actually be kind of fun. Like, when the first time Daniel had said that to me, I was like, oh, hell no. But the more that I've kind of messed with my iPad, the more I'm on board with that idea. It's a long time for me to be like, yeah, I could do that. I think that would be a useful tool. You're a useful tool. Mooner telling it like it is. Like, don't even try. Yeah, I mean, it's most certainly a specialty item, right? Not for the faint of logic and care. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I don't know why people think that way, but they really do. Yeah, for art it would be great. I couldn't imagine trying to read on one though. And I do the same in OVO. I read a lot on my iPad. Nope, too late. Nope, way too late. What's going on here? There we go. Gotta make use of that 17-inch iPad. I know I would. I think I might actually use it more if it was that big. More than I currently do, I mean. And like, it might actually get me fully transitioned over to Procreate as a production type of thing. this next layer up. And, oh, you know what? I didn't put this stuff back here. So, right? Yeah. How long do you think something like that would last, though, on battery power? I feel like you'd have a very limited amount of time that you could use a 17-inch iPad. Because you're talking about adding 5 more inches onto what you currently have. And it goes pretty quick. Like when if you're drawing, like I can take it out for like 2 hours and work on a painting, and then I have to plug it in. Right, so if you always have to have it plugged in, then at that point, why don't you just do the whole the Cintiq with the engine in it, right? Like the newer Pro Cintiq engine thing, where you can just slide a computer in and then it's all self-contained. Because then at that point, you can walk where you want to walk with it, because you don't have any of the cables on it, and then it's just it's a 24-inch iPad. It's heavy as hell and hot. Well, there is the 16-inch Pro, right? Isn't the 16-inch Pro an engine also? I want to say it is. But again, still. Right. Then it's photoshopped. And then it's going to drain the battery even faster. So you prefer Procreate's brushes over Photoshop stuff now? That's fair. I have yet to be able to make use of it on a stream, so I'm not as familiar with it on a day-to-day level. So I feel like that's the problem with looking at things like a power mirror to get Procreate onto the PC, is it just doesn't, it feels like it's lacking something. So and I can give you more brushes. I got plenty of them. we will get you more brushes. I am the king of useless brushes. Like I said, I picked up a bunch of Dave Greco's brushes the other day, just out of like interest and to support his stream, and I already have all of them, like literally every single brush. On lighting? Me? Okay. Can do. I think you've earned a personal tutorial on Discord. I mean, I could do it on stream if you want. There's a lot of aspects to lighting. Oh, what's going on there? I feel like those legs not black? What's happening? Ah, guess they weren't. Look at that. I was working in gray. I'm smart. That means this one too is... Oh, nope, wrong one. Just levels. Yep, all of those were not black. There we go. And I will start with the mid-tone. Always start with the mid-tone. So get to the middle of whatever color it is that you're doing, like so, and start about there, and then flat that in. Yes, progress, that's what we like to hear. And so what you see me doing is basically flatting everything with the mid-tone, but I'm kind of advanced, so I'm just kind of painting along at the same time, right? But I'm putting in the base value for everything. And that's pretty much the middle of whatever it's going to be. So then you have room, when you start with the mid-tone, then you can work into your darks, and then you can come back and work into your lights. So start here, put in your shadows, then put in your lights, and then put in your highlights. Midtones, darks, lights, highlights. You're welcome. I hope that helped. You're like, thanks for nothing. Yeah, we all do. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm using a darker value to kind of rough in a lot of the different values so that I can move forward faster. But if you don't have a solid grip on that stuff, then you can hamper yourself by doing it out of order and not. And honestly, that's just my approach. Everybody can approach differently. Like some people start, or depending on it, you can start with your darkest darks, and then do your lightest lights and put some midtones in. There's a variety of approaches, but I think doing that base where everything is flat across the board, midtones first, and then figuring out where your shadows are, and then figuring out where your lights are. I mean, you saw me do it on the D&D characters, right? So I put in the flat colors, and then I put a multiply layer over that was darks, and then I kind of dialed it into where I wanted it to be shadow-wise, and then I just came in and put a little bit of light over it. Really fast approach. Layers? Oh, that is. It needs to go. It needs to go. Okay. Thank you. So right now I'm just roughing in the light where I see where the light's gonna be, and then I'll come back in whilst I'm painting color stuff and really start to refine it. Like I'm feeling like she's gonna have the light coming from behind her for the most part, and maybe a little light from that thing to give some bounce to like everything down here. So she'll have light bleeding around her edges, and then this will be glowing a little bit, and she'll get lights kind of popping up. But those things are going to be like the last thing that goes in, those lights. So I can paint all of this as if those lights don't even exist. I'm staying in the right areas for the layers that I'm working on. Indeed, it is just like painting a mini. Exactly. It's all painting process, right? So when you have processes, you just like keep those in mind as you're moving forward. That's really all technique is like a step-by-step. I mean, as well as like how you apply the paint, right? just adding in a bunch of this kind of gauzy stuff, right? Hanging out on the rocks. And it'll be something that later on I can come back and adjust as I switch up the look of it. And like blur out some of those edges to really give it that kind of semi-see-through translucentness, right? But while I'm doing this, I'm still trying to keep in mind the graphic, like I'm moving quickly, but I'm keeping in mind the graphic design of the shape of the mark as I'm doing it. Like, is it actually reading as a visual approximation of what this stuff would be? And I think as I get further along, I may actually take out the lines and introduce just big, thick chunks of it that are not translucent at all, right? This leg on this guy is going to go back. And these shapes most definitely are going to be redesigned as I fill in the opaque color for the final. They'll get a little bit more refined, but not so much that they lose that kind of creepy in the belly kind of vibe, right? That silhouette of like, what is going on in there? I don't think I'm comfortable with that. Whoops, don't do that. So down here, I'm going to darken this area up a little bit just to indicate that it has less translucence than the top. But we're also going to be getting a little bit of bounce light from the rocks and this staff thing. And that's something that I'll be able to put in at the very end again. Not the very end, but close to after it's been rendered out some more. Because I feel like we are rapidly approaching the time when it's time to start thinking about color and how we're going to approach that. And I've been really in the gradient map world quite a bit recently. And I'm not sure that that's a good thing, because it limits the palette But my thought is I might start it with a solid gradient map for each of the elements. And that's why I put them all on very separate layers, so that I could gradient map just those elements. And then I can take those, flatten down the gradient maps, and then color on top of them. Trying to see if there's anything I want to do before we make that leap. Looking at the composition down here, it feels pretty good. I think we've got some solid things happening. Could actually maybe go a little darker on the carapace. Is it a carapace? I don't think it's a carapace. Maybe I'm wrong in that. Just slightly darker. Not too much. I want her body to be darker than that. But it'll help with the value grouping to pull it forward. Right? So now everything in front of those back spider webs reads as a foreground object, even though there's a lot of light coming from inside that abdomen. Abdomen. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Cool. Who's this guys? Oh, that's these guys. There we go. Let's give them a little bit more depth here. Show that turning form, along with some shadow. Putting in that core shadow of the shape, right? Same thing here. A little bit of core shadow along this edge, indicating that the light is ultimately coming from up there. All of this is going to be more heavily lost in shadow because it's further away from that light. Again, core shadow is darker than the shadow, but there's going to be a little bit of light bouncing back up in there. That's what makes it the core shadow. It's between the light part and the bounce light that's coming back in. So it's the light comes down from there, hits like these rocks and this guy over here, and bounces over here and then up into this bottom part and lightens it up just a little bit. Just a smidge though, not a whole bunch. Otherwise it doesn't look right. Winner! Mooner taking that bow for those 5. Well, friends, I think that is a save point, as well as somewhere that we could probably call it an evening, because got big days ahead of me. Lots of stuff going on. And yeah, I think we got the start of a fun illustration. I'm really glad that you all were here to help walk my tiny brain through it. Angry Dog Mommy, it is still your birthday on this coast, so I'm gonna say it one more time. Happy birthday, Angry Dog Mommy.
Shut up!
Daniel. Wait, which part shut up? Shut up about the brain, the tiny brain? I love those stickers. Never gonna grow old. I hope. You're very welcome, Angry Dog Mommy. And thank you all for being here. Thank you for spending time with me on a Wednesday evening and making my night a good night, right? I was coming in low energy and you all amped me up and got me through the beginning of what I think is going to be really cool. So maybe when this is all done, we can get a print sent out to you, Angry Dog Mommy, as a birthday gift or something. I think that might be kind of fun, right? Thanks, Daniel. I appreciate that very much. I appreciate all of you. I love all of you. Love one another. Be kind to each other. I'll be back here Friday, 7 p.m. as usual. Keep an eye out for random streams, but you know, might not happen as much. Yeah, good night, everyone. We will see you on the Discord, and yeah, that's it from the arts department. Keep drawing. We'll see you next time. Good night, my wonderful friends. Love you all.